365, 24/7. You get access to this and you can use and abuse it as much as you want. The first pillar that you get access to here is your very own purchasing and booking portal. You might have known some of these websites, the retail ones, Priceline, Expedia, Kayak, Amazon. Well, guess what? Now you have your very own. The difference is we don't mark up things to make a profit. We simply just pass on those unlimited wholesale prices directly to you here. Now, I took some short screenshots to give you an idea what I mean. This is going to be all hotels, but there's all kinds of things that you can search 24/7. Here is Caesar's Palace up at Vegas. Public price $261, but see here in our Viago customer portal, it was only $54 for the same day, the same night. And I don't know about you, if I've got the same thing and I got 261 over here and 54 over there, we all know which one we're going to choose. That's a savings of almost 80% per night. My pro tip about Vegas is just simply this. If we're going to save or make money in Vegas, let's put it in our pockets and not the slots so we can go look at more of this world before we leave this world. How about Venice, Italy, friends? Saving over 150 a night for this view. I actually have a friend who was just here a few days ago using the Viago portal, and she was like, guess what? Our flight arrived so late at night that our Uber, because there's no cars in Venice if you've never been. She's like, my own Uber, it was my private boat and my own captain. And he literally rowed me through the canals to the hotel. That's a pretty great experience. And last but not least, I looked at New York, New York, the Big Apple, because a lot of folks love to go to Times Square, or they really would like to. This is the Millennium Hotel right there amongst all the billboards. I was there over 10 years ago, and I'm just going to tell you, I did not get to save over $400 a night. We could go on because the world is a very big and beautiful place. Anywhere that exists, you get the opportunity right here through your portal to search. What was interesting is after 2020, we also noticed something new and different. Instead of just resorts and hotels being the number one searches for people when they wanted to go explore, they now are liking that home away from home experience, the Airbnb VRBO. In that same password protected portal, you get access to thousands of properties also, just like that. This example is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath down on the South Beach of Miami, friends, and you are saving over $1,200 a night. Now, let's just say, hey, Kamitzi, you and I, let's go. We're going to pick 4 of our friends. We each get to bring 2 more. And 6 of us ladies, we're going to have a getaway for a weekend. You take that 232 divided by 6, and my goodness, do we have an amazing price for an incredible getaway down on South Beach. And that's just the first part of what you get access to. This next part has got to be one of my favorites because it's our baby. Right? Don't call my kid ugly. You know what I mean? Just like Netflix has their own original productions, so does Club Viago. We call them our VIP escapes because they help you, my friends, escape your day to day to escape wherever in the world that you would like to go. What I love about this is all I have to do is find an open date on the calendar, search in the list of where I want to go in the world, point, click, book, show up, and have all of the fun, just like my friends. These are my friends. I know them all in this video that you're watching right now. These experiences are all 4 and 5 diamond, 4 and 5 star. They're curated, which just means they're put together. They're already vetted. They're put together for you to have the best VIP kind of experience, but not on a VIP budget. Let's take a look at what 2025 has looked like so far. Back around spring break time in March, we had hundreds of our community members that went to Dubai. In fact, some of them might be right here on this call with us today. This was a week-long experience. And when they showed up, guess what? Man, there was that sign at the airport that had Club Viago and their name on it. And they were whisked away in their private transportation to get to the destination. And guess what? Oh my gosh, when they got there, they were treated like kings and queens, literally VIPs. And every morning I heard my other half was on this trip. 4 private chefs were there to cook whatever our community wanted. Not for everybody that was at that destination, just Club Viago members. That exclusive treatment. And every excursion was an epic adventure each and every day, from dune bashing on the sand dunes, complete with a private dinner, literally a restaurant on the sand with fire dancers, all the way to the Burj Al Khalifa, one of the tallest buildings in the world, with a water show kind of like Vegas and a private dinner, and closing out the trip with a private yacht cruise and dinner just for Viago members. Those were just the highlights, friends, and all of that time with the host and everything pre-planned was under $700 a person. So I'm just going to say, once you know, Viago is the only way to go, and that's why it is invite only. You were invited today. Tell your friend thank you right now. Now, continuing on, July, a bunch of us just got back from Vietnam a few weeks ago. Absolutely incredible with our friends Jesse and Daphne, my business partner Eric and his wife Lindsay. It was a week plus long experience here. Now, let me just tell you, food was amazing, absolutely fantastic. Yes, I had a four hands massage. We got lots of spa treatments, but I had a four hands massage. That means I had two masseuses at one time. Absolutely fantastic. Went down, had some clothes made. Yes, and that picture right there, the Golden Hands Bridge, one of the new modern wonders of the world, that wasn't all that was there. We just had no idea how big and amazing and how much there was to see there, along with the gardens. I've got pictures from every angle on that bridge, all for under 700 again. Wow, it was amazing. Now, that's Mr. Chillin' Worldwide, our parrot mascot there. And every year he hosts a trip called the Big Chill. And literally last week, a whole bunch of our friends just got back from the Dominican Republic. Now, I'm going to say my favorite kind of AI was on this trip. It's really the only one I care about. All inclusive. Yep. That means when you show up, you just put everything in the safe. You get out your clothes, your bathing suits, and your excursion clothes, and off you go, because you got breakfast, you got lunch, you got dinner, morning snack, afternoon snack, PM snack, 2 a.m. snack, all the gelato, all the ice cream. I mean, everything is included. And this trip, we had some extra special swag and excursions as well, all for under 600 a person. Now, you can go anywhere. You can take quick getaways on your own continents, all around the world, or a quick trip to Mexico. But I will tell you, we got something big coming up. If your friend that invited you has not yet said, are you come to take over Cabo with us, you better ask them about this epic experience trip that is happening December 4th through the 8th. I believe we still have some spots, but I would not wait on this one. You definitely want to come and make history with us here. And last but not least, if you have a heart for giving, which I know so many of us do, our community absolutely has this mantra where we love to leave places better than when we found them. We have a philanthropic project with our friends Janie and Raymond, pictured there in the picture, and it's our Bottle School project, where we literally take part of our escape, go to the mountain villages of Guatemala, and we build schoolhouses right along with the kids that are going to attend these schools. Now, why is this important? After the Civil War ended there in the early 90s, it's been a little struggle for a lot of different things, and schooling is one of them. I learned on my very first trip down here that if the village had a big tree, that was school until they had a schoolhouse. But during the rainy season, it could be weeks or months before the kids went back to school. So we, as Club Viago, get to go help these kids build their own school once they've built enough of the bottle bricks, along with our nonprofit Hug It Forward. As you can see, wherever you might want to escape to, we have something to help you do just that and escape to a place to check off your list and enjoy your life. We also know that you can't travel all day every day. Yet. Maybe some of you have the goal of that. This is the real meat and potatoes right here, our member daily deals. And here you're going to save about $4,000 a year or more with our over 1 million partnered vendors just living your life. I just want you to think about your normal purchases. What does a month look like on your budget, right? And how do you make those purchases? What if you just amused your friends and you put all of your purchases right through your club portal right here? Think of like your private owned Amazon. How much money could you save? I will tell you, we did just that to give you an example. And this is just 10 purchases. You might make some of these purchases once per year, some of them every month, or some of them a few times per year. And if you ran just these 10 purchases right through our program here, this is going to save you between $5,000 and $7,000 per year, way more than our estimated at minimum 4,000. It could be more for you as well. We just don't know, but the stories continue to come in, so we know it's working well for people. Oh, now this last one. Based on my background in trauma emergency medicine, I call this the peace of mind benefit. And this is a real great benefit that you as a member get here in Club Viago. Our Be Well telemedicine program is available to you 24/7. And that is no matter where you're at. If you're sick in your own bed, you're at a friend's house, family member's house, you're traveling on the go, with the device that you have in your hand, you have access to this. It's a board certified physician and nurse for all non-life threatening situations, right? And this is a benefit. So there's no insurance, there's no copay. If you need something like a prescription, they're going to help you do that. What I find interesting, since this was my former profession, is it's kind of like right now. I know we've got folks from all over the world right here with us today, and thank you again for joining us. But how cool is it that a few years ago, we couldn't really do something like this very easily? We'd have to be face to face, or maybe just on a phone where we could only hear voice only. And today, because of a technology called Zoom, we're here like we're having a big gathering together in our favorite place, sitting side by side because we can see each other's faces. That's why we like to have your video on, right? Here, so in medicine, word has it that over 70% of non life threatening needs are actually available to be done through telehealth. I had no idea. I've been retired a little bit. Absolutely amazing. And for our North American members, we have an additional part of our benefits package. Now, remember, we continue to roll things out. So, around the world, it's continuing to evolve and get better. In North America right now, you have access to HealthShare, which just gives you access to major medical health insurance. You can add supplements like dental and vision, or even some holistic options, and design the plan that is best for you. I have a friend, Vince, in Chicago, who last year heard from his insurance provider he was going to go up 300% in his premiums. He came here in Viago, and guess what? Got the best coverage, same apples to apples, and it's saving him over $700 a month. Again, check it out for yourself and see what you find. For you, we'd love to know. And friends, this is what we do. This is your VIP access to the world, just doing it a little different maybe than what you've been doing, and having all of the benefits 365 24/7. What I love most is this is not going to cost you any extra hours of time. There's no additional maintenance fees. There's nothing like that, because we're simply a healthy, wealthy, and wise worldwide community that is dealing hope and impacting the world for good, looking for more friends. Come with us. That is what we do right here. And because of our model, we're able to offer this one of the most exceptional ways. It's actually a deposit for you to set up your account today. It's less than the cell phone that's in our hands almost every single day. And I say deposit because literally you're going to give us 450 US dollars today, and we turn that into $600, which is equal to 600 points. 1 point equals $1 US. And yes, that is some Super Saturday math. That is very true, though. And then you just book your escape vacation whenever it is that you're ready to go. Now, maintain your portal benefits is actually $99 a month. In a couple minutes, we're going to share with you exactly how you don't even have to pay that ever if you don't want to. There's a way. And we're going to continue to deposit 100 points, which is $100, into your account. And every 12 consecutive calendar months that you have your account in good standing with us, we have an incredible loyalty program, because we want to make sure you're actually living your life and not just existing. You're going to get a loyalty getaway vacation for two, you and your favorite adult. I'm not going to tell you who to take, but here's a few options on how you can use that. Number one, you can go 8 days, 7 nights to somewhere around the world. Inside your portal, there'll be a way for you to go in and look at everything that's available and choose your favorite destination. Or maybe if you're a cruiser out there, give me a cruise in the chat. You can go on a cruise with your loyalty voucher. Of course, have to pay port fees and taxes. That's the laws of the seas. Or number three, you might absolutely just been dying to go to Europe or want to explore Europe a little differently. We have an unlimited dine and stay European voucher. Now, what is that, Shar? I'm so glad you asked. See, with this voucher, you actually can take one additional calendar year and you can go to Europe with our program for as many times as you want. I don't know. And if you work remotely or can work from anywhere, guess what? Ha! You can move to Europe for a year. And all we ask is through our program is that when you pick your destinations, you're going to pay for a breakfast and a dinner each day. And the stay is on Club Viago. Sounds like a great program to me. You also can do something I've done. I absolutely love our escapes. And so I just say, hey, I'd like to switch that in, turn my voucher in, and I get $1,000 back, which is 1,000 points to go on any of those escapes again. No matter what, it is a win-win, friends. And that is the first reason your friend is excited, and how we help you amplify life every day, everywhere, in every way in your life. Now, part two, real fast here. We're going to finish this up, and then I'll pass it back to Commit Save. There's a part two. See, we knew that it would make sense to a lot of people. And we thought, gosh, if it's making sense to people, then someone they know probably is going to understand and like this idea as well. So, how could we get the good news of Club Viago out? I'm just going to tell you, man, we want you to come with this and be a customer, right? I've figured out for myself, it would cost me way more living the same life I do right now if I did not have this membership than if I did. But I also know friends that are looking for my life. They are like, how do you do that? So we just got really creative here. If you've ever been on a vacation to do anything, been on a camping trip, a cruise trip, whatever, give me a V in the chat and then just play along with me. When you got ready to do that experience, what did you do? You started talking about it. You probably had to ask your boss for time off work. Maybe you had to coordinate things at home. And then when you got where you were going, what did you do? Well, and today, because of technology, we have this thing called a cell phone and we're taking pictures and video. And some of you really tech savvy people are posting it all over on those social media sites. Amazing. And then when you come back, what happens? Hey, how was your trip? I want to hear all about it. I want the pictures. People get a little nosy, right? And it would be weird if we didn't talk about those things. I'm sure you've told a friend or a family member or a coworker, hey, I got this great deal on this shoes or clothes here. I went to this restaurant or this movie. We recommend things all the time. We're just not used to getting paid for it, to making it a passive stream of income. But right here, when you come with this, we just ask you to add one thing. Pick your escape that you want to go on, or Cabo, hint, in December. And then you just say, you know what, I get to do it at this price because I'm one of the newest global brand ambassadors for this thing called Club Viago, the ultimate lifestyle club. You got to check out one of these Zooms. And this is how you become a brand ambassador, like an affiliate with us. And this part can be, it's optional, it can be added on, renewed each and every year. The best part is our system takes over because you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to invent anything, create anything. We're right here on these Zooms multiple times every single day, 7 days a week to just help get the good news out. And that's what we're doing. We're just looking for more like-minded, happy people like you to come with us. Now, let's just take a quick look at a little bit about wealth and wisdom. Warren Buffett, one of our wealthiest wise minds, and he's always been teaching people how to generate legacy wealth. Most of us just never get to sit in a classroom like that and we learn something a little different. He said two key things for me: never depend on a single income. I think after the last 5 to 7 years, we've all learned a lot about that. But the second thing hit me really hard several years ago. He said, you know, if you don't figure out how to make money while you sleep, you're going to have to work until the day you die. That violates rule number one for me, which is have fun and live with joy. But number two, I know medically that we were not just built to go to school, get good grades, to get a job, to make money, to pay bills, to go to sleep and get up and repeat it again. That's barely an existence that many of us have unfortunately kind of gotten on that hamster wheel. And so now we just want to help you live more intentionally by living full time while you can, not just existing through this thing called life. So every time here you refer someone that wants to be a customer in Club Viago, you can, your friend that invited you can help you, you're going to get paid $100. That's USD, right? Cash paid to you. And you can do this as often as you want, as many times as you choose. Our key here, though, we have another loyalty program that's just for our brand ambassadors. Guess what? When you refer 6 friends, not only will you make that $600, but that $99 a month we talked about to maintain your membership, our gift to you is, hey, thanks for sharing the word. It's now off your budget. So think about this. You have VIP access to everything in your life. You can keep your family well, keep your costs down, and go check off experiences that maybe been on a dream list for you. And there's nothing coming out of your pocket to do that other than sharing with those first 6 customers. I like that. And I'm sure some of those 6 friends of yours are just going to be like mine. They're going to say, hey, if it's for free, I want the details. It's for me too. So in this example, let's just say 2 of those 6 do exactly that because you started the conversation. We're going to pay you an extra bonus. We're not looking for people to finish anything right now. We just need more hands, more mouths sharing the good news. And this is where the system really kicks in. You want to pay attention to this because if you get this, this is the life-changing part. Is now people just get excited and they talk. And this thing is self-perpetuating, which simply means as this grows bigger, it grows faster. And as it grows faster, it grows bigger. And as it grows bigger, it grows faster. And it can grow so big and go so fast that neither you or I could stop it if we tried. This, my friends, is our residual wealth building system. Amazing. So let's say you refer those first 6, and then maybe Kimitsu refers a few, I refer a few, and now we have 10 or more customers. You're going to start making $50 a month residually. And that means that money shows up whether you ever refer another customer or not. You do the work once, you get paid over and over again. I know you're not going to retire on it. This is just where it gets fun because now it's like, okay, I'm just going to show up consistently, plug into the system of success, and let's see what we can create. If you know who Michael Jackson is, please put an MJ in the chat. You know that song on the album Thriller? He recorded that thing one time. And unfortunately, he passed away 16 years ago, June. Did you know that since 16 years ago, June, his estate has become $1 billion asset from the grave? He recorded the song and the album one time, and then that perpetuated out. That is called residual income. You do the work once, you get paid, and you get paid, and you get paid, and you get paid over and over again. Well, I cannot sing or dance like that. And I didn't want to have to wait 20 years or more like my first career before I was eligible for a retirement residual income. Here we can do it in a very, very short time by working together. Now, as this continues to grow and there's 100 or more customers that come into the referral network after you, not only will you make $1,000 a month, guess what? We have an additional bonus here, and this one is fun. Imagine what the friend that invited you is doing. They're probably on this call today, but sometimes maybe they're not because they're in a plane, a train, an automobile, they're working, they're handling a family emergency, they're in the gym, they're in the shower, they're sleeping because you're on the other side of the world. I don't know. I just know because the system is here and set up. Every time customers come in after those first 100, you, my friend, are going to make a $50 bonus on every single one. You probably won't ever talk to them. You may not ever even know them. And that, if it happened once a day in a calendar week, that's an extra $300+ per week just because you started the conversation with your favorite 6 people. Now let's talk about residual income and legacy. J. Paul Getty in the early 1900s was the first recorded billionaire, and they asked him, hey man, how did you figure this out? And a very wise statement came out of his mouth. He said, you know, I figured out as a young man, I'd rather have 1% of over 100 people's efforts than only 100% of my own. And that is what is called leverage. And you know what? If we don't have leverage in our life and in our finances, we're being leveraged. And most of us had because that's the system that we've been taught. Go to school, get good grades, get a good job that hopefully generates a retirement that's going to last you for the rest of your life. And now there are different options. So by working together over time here in this system, we can help you generate whatever it is that you're after. It could be over $1 million a year. The choice is totally up to you. It's all possible here with teamwork and as we work together. The best part, we keep talking about the system. I mean, literally, what's going on right now? You were sent a link. You pressed the link. You showed up on this amazing Zoom with people all over the world that are just seeking something more. And everything is already set up. You're part of the system right now. You don't have to do the presentation. You don't have to do what Kimitsu or I are doing at all. We simply just ask you to help learn to send that text out, that message out that has a link. In fact, the more text you send, the more trips you takes, yeah, the more monies you make. That's what we like to say. And for our brand ambassadors, we got you covered. We're going to help you just continue to improve to be the very, very best that you can be. If you're a first-time guest here today, please make sure to go to viagoinnercircle.com. We got a gift for you, 30 days access to just check it out from the inside. And just know, oh, as ambassadors, we do something else. We gather a few times a year. We love to fellowship. We love to celebrate one another. We love to continue to learn and, of course, have fun to show the world exactly what the community of Viago is doing. We're getting ready to descend on Columbus, Ohio here in a couple of weeks. If you don't have your ticket yet, go get that. And if you're a guest here, tell your friend, I'm coming. I want my ticket too. And as I mentioned, we have our first epic city takeover of Cabo San Lucas in December. Get all the details and get that book today because you definitely don't want to miss that one and say, oh gosh, it's sold out. I promise you, you want to be there with us. Last but not least, friends, this is a system right here. Our digital e-wallet system is probably going to be the pivot of everything. So if you understand how digital wallets work, or you're a very good understander of crypto, let me tell you, talk to all those people now. They're going to get this. You can use crypto, move money in and out of other accounts right here in your digital wallet system. You also get a digital and a hard copy Viago Pay card. What's really cool about this is that every time you use your Viago Pay system to live your life, you get gas, you get groceries, you get a gift, you get gift cards, you're going to earn 10% back, my friends. 10% cash back that goes back into your member account and is waiting there for you to book your next escape vacation. You're just getting deposits towards your next vacation. Whew. And if you're here with us today, you can hear my voice, see my face, timing. You're in the right place at the right time, and you really haven't missed anything. We're just getting this rocket off of the launch pad, and it's taken the world marketplace by storm. But being in the right place at the right time isn't enough. I believe we've all been there at least once in our life. And what did we do with it? Let's just use the story of Bitcoin. Have you heard the word? Can you remember the first time you heard the word? Did you take all out massive action? Yeah, me either. Because if we did, we probably wouldn't be on this Zoom. Life would be different. Today might be the first time you're hearing the word Viago. I can promise you it will not be the last. We have a big vision and are on a huge mission to deal hope and impact the world for good. And we're just looking for more folks to strategically take their place to set themselves and their legacy up for success. The risk here, folks, is $500 one time, not 5,000, not 500,000, not millions of dollars. But what's so interesting is right now, people start to have the gremlins wake up, the gremlins up here. And guess what? I don't know what they say or do. I just know that so many people end up in the think about it corner. And taking a think or a breath is not a bad thing. I just know that most people that end up there, they just don't ever come out. But see, we are strategically building right now all around the planet. So you are not the only friend that your friend is talking to, and me either. Let's say someone named Andy, other people that are hearing this information just like you, they see, I'm like, oh my gosh, I see a way forward. Thank goodness there's a system I can plug into to learn how to be more successful and leave a legacy. Now, maybe tomorrow, next week, or next month, you decide to come back, and that's amazing. We are here for you. Our system is always going to be here whenever you're ready. The difference is that just matters to you, and we want you to know that. See, we don't know who Andy knows. He might know one or two people that love to travel. Amazing. And those people, they might know one or two people that love to keep their family well and all the savings they can have in life. But then those people, they might know somebody on the continent of Africa. By the way, Africa loves this idea. Blowing up, absolutely. And then we're going to call them Bob, because you know what Bobs do? They build big organizations and bring lots of people to communities just like this. And all the revenue that's generated would have gone through your business system as well, but you paused and waited. And so here we go. At the end of the day, it's $500, friends, one time. $99 a month to maintain your access as a brand ambassador. You can refer 6, take that off your budget. You get all your money back up front. You get 600 points as a deposit to go travel on. Every month you make your 100 points all the time. And of course, every year you have your loyalty getaway vacation and simply the best community ever with VIP access to the entire world, 365 24/7. Whoa, I'm giving us some extra days here, right? But I'm just going to leave you with this. This is just the first part of today. We've got a lot planned to bless your life, and your friend is super excited that you said yes to you to be here. For me, this was a really big deal. See, the beach behind me is in Vietnam. I was just on that Vietnam escape. And in that chaotic season, when I met the person that invited me here, where I landed right here to meet Kamitzi and many of you on the call, that I had no idea, I was diagnosed with life-threatening cancer. And at that time, I felt like my life was falling into pieces and falling apart. But I can tell you now, God was just putting it back together in a way I didn't know that I needed so that I could have this life to live and the lifestyle I never dreamt possible here. When I was on the beach watching sunrise, watching the locals do their thing, what I thought was, why is it so many times we wait for trauma or tragedy to strike before we say yes to ourselves to do something a little different? I believe you're here by divine appointment today. So keep your mind open, say yes, and tell your friend that invited you. A, I am all in and ready to go. Let's do this together. B, yes, I love the beach. I want to celebrate my birthdays differently, but I've got some questions. That's okay. Stay with us here today. We've got a little bit more for you, and we'll answer all those questions, I'm quite sure. But see, I'm a beach girl. I love to be by the sea, but we're just going to see this again. Don't wait and see. I don't want this to pass. I know we can help you save money and do life better. Just see it again with your friend and we'll help you get started. Thanks for having me here today. I think I'm going to pass it back to Kamitzi or Jesse. I'm not sure who. Let's go, Viago.
Thank you so much, Shar. What an amazing presentation. So those of you who were invited by your friend, go ahead and send them a text message, say thank you, and let them know you're ready to get started. So now what we're going to do is those of you who need to go and you're not already a member, now once you hear the information, you're one of three people. A, you're either all in, you love it all, you want to become an ambassador, welcome to the family. B, you like it, but you have a few questions. We're going to make sure that you get all your questions answered. Or C, you may just want to become a customer, or you know what, this is not for me, I'll see you later. And it's okay, because we're going to continue to travel the world, save money, and make some money. But what we're going to do now is we're going to share a few things with you all. And so if you decide to get started, we're going to talk about how you can waive your fees. Remember, once you have 6 people, you waive your fees. And number 2, how you can have some success within this. So I'll just share a little bit about my story. Again, my name is Kamitzi Ojeda. And when I saw this, I got extremely excited because I've always wanted to travel. I was an only child. My mom was a flight attendant, and I have a husband who I've been married to 25 years next year. And so when I told him I wanted to travel, he told me we couldn't afford it. And so when I saw this, I was like, you know what? This is going to be the end of having to go to New York and sleep on your sister's couch. We're going to start taking some real trips. So when my cousin showed this to me, I got excited and we started traveling. The first trip I took my husband on was to New York because that's where he's from. And I knew that he had not seen New York the way we saw it when we went. And so he told me, book a trip. If it's not the best trip we've ever been on, we're going to cancel. The trip was amazing. And so from there, we started going to places like Thailand that you just saw. We started going to places like Dubai. We went to Phuket, Thailand. Just all those other places, Africa. We got so excited that we started telling our friends and family members. They asked us how we were going to Thailand for $3.99. And when they actually saw what it was, they were like, you know what? I'm all in. So what you're about to learn is how to get to those steps where you can waive your fees. But I'm going to be honest with you. When I saw this, it wasn't because I wanted to become a international trainer. I wanted to show people how to travel the world. I just simply wanted to take a few trips. And so when our friends started getting started, the company started paying us because what I didn't know was that my cousin, he also signed me up for the income producing opportunity, which I am so grateful for today. So as we were traveling the world, everything started growing. The company started paying us. We were able to make a multiple 6-figure income on a part-time basis. So we're just going to keep it simple. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you exactly what we did. Okay, it says only the host can share. So Jesse, if you can change that, please. But basically, we started traveling and we showed other people how to do it. We just invited people, come along to Vietnam with us, come to Dubai with us. We're going to Bali in March, and we're inviting all of our friends and family members to come with us. And guess what? Because you really don't have to be building the business or anything in order to be able to go, we're telling everybody. And so those who don't have a membership yet, what do you think they're going to do on day 2 of them being on this trip? It's been plenty of times that we've gone on these trips and people were like, "Oh my God, the value for this trip, sign me up." So our team has grown just by simply going on trips, telling people how they can do it, and having a good time. So those trips that we have going on, if you haven't gotten started yet, go ahead and get started. Pull up your website and look at everything that you have access to. Pick a trip that you want to go on and start promoting it like crazy. Start telling everybody you're going to Bali. Start telling everybody you're going to Vietnam. And when they decide to come with you, they're all in. Once they get on the trip, they're all in. So, so that's pretty much it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pass it on over to Jesse. He's going to tell you what you're going to do next. But before I do that, just remember there is a system that Shar just talked about. We do have an event that's coming up in September, and we want to celebrate everybody's successes. But remember, invite your friends. So not just on those international trips or those escapes, invite them to the training events too, because they're not your typical training. It's like a multicultural family reunion. We get together with different people from all around the world and we celebrate each other's successes. So why not bring your friends along with you so that they can cheer you on, or you can cheer them on once they get started and get their six. So again, welcome to the family. I'm going to pass it back over onto my friend Jesse. He's been #1 income earner. He's my millionaire mentor, business partner, amazing man. And Jesse, if you're on the line, go ahead and share your screen and you can take it on over.
Awesome. Kamitzi, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you and I can see you.
All right. Well, I have well, first of all, Shar, thank you so much for stepping up there. And Kamitzi, thank you for keeping cool while I was going through some technical challenges here. So good morning, everyone. Good afternoon to my East Coasters. Good evening to I see Lillian on here from Singapore. Girl, isn't it like 1 a.m.? What are you doing, girl? And anyway, I am super, super excited to be here. Literally, I was at a new location as I'm traveling all the time. And at my new location, I tested the internet. Everything was good for like an hour straight working. Kamitzi and I were on, just making sure we were solid. And right when she introduced me, it was like, gone. Just, and no. So thank you, Shar, so much for stepping up for me. So normally we would take a quick break between the presentation and going into our fast start and getting started training. I'm just going to roll right into it because I'm really, 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 really excited to be able to share with those of you that are already ambassadors with us, whether you're just getting started. So if you're new, this is perfect for you. If you're not new, also perfect for you. So I really want you to get this information here, especially as we're coming to the last week of August and coming into my birthday. So the next week is going to be a very special one. Tomorrow is my wife's birthday. So on the 24th, which is going to be an amazing day. So kick it off, hashtag Virgos Rock. My mom's birthday, I get to celebrate on August 28th. Mom, I love you. And can't wait to celebrate your birthday. And then mine's on September 1st. So this is a powerful week. I'm just saying. So, and all I want for my birthday is I want you to be able to live life on your terms and to be able to have the things that you want, the things that you care for, the things that you truly desire. Now, I'm going to jump into some of the information here on how to really get started inside of your business. But before I do, just a quick thing on me. So basically, I was introduced to this amazing profession when I look at this concept of online business, residual income, direct sales. It's been called a multitude of things. But when I look at it today, is really understanding it is really a relationship business. We are in relationship marketing. Why are we doing this? Because we're marketing to people that we know or people that we don't know yet. But the point is to get to know them. So we're not really in I think, the sales business per se, because for the most part, sales is, I sell you something, but a lot of times that's the end of the transaction. Here, when somebody decides to join Viago, it's the beginning of the relationship. In fact, it's the beginning of the journey. It's not the end, it's just the start. And so we're super excited for every one of you that made the decision to get started here in Free Enterprise and join us when it comes to Viago. Because for me, if I go back in time, I was first introduced to this in May of 2002, so 23 years ago. So I was 19 years old. I was in Los Angeles. and I was teaching dance classes. I was teaching hip hop classes, and I know I don't look like it. I know. Let's just get through that. So YouTube, there's lots of videos. You can find me on TikTok, so but in any event, the thing that I absolutely was looking for that I didn't even know that I needed was I thought I was looking for money. That's what I thought. I was like, I need more money because, I'm not making it to the end of the month without having to call mom, and I don't want to go wait tables. I'm not even old enough to bartend. I'm 19 years old. So I need more. And I thought I need more money. And what I didn't realize is I didn't need necessarily more, I mean, I needed more money, but that wasn't going to change much for me. So what I needed was I needed opportunity, but I needed education. And what I found out is that there's education that leads to a privileged life, a promised life, a freedom of life. And unfortunately, you got to go hunt it, seek it, and actually go out there and grasp it because it's not generally the normal stuff you're hearing here in school. And I remember that's what happened for me. So I got started, and I can tell you, I messed this up 7 ways to Sunday. I mean, honestly, it is like it's almost a small miracle that I got here, but I can tell you the miracle was very simple. The miracle was that I got to my first convention. And it wasn't because I wanted to go. It's because my sponsor kept bothering me for months to go to this stupid meeting. And I was like, I don't want to go. I was like, I don't want to, no. But she, thank God, was persistent enough to continually follow up to make sure and ensure that I knew what I was a part of and I had in my hand, and then I could decide which pathway to go with it. And see, so here, I wish I can't make you successful, but I can give you the path and the tools in order to go change your stars. I know it. Now, for some of you, you've already done incredibly well financially, so this is fun, or maybe it's something that's going to leverage you out of what you're doing, where it's like, man, I do really well, but man, I don't control my time and I want to get my time back. So you're not money broke, you're time broke. And so that's what you're looking for is your freedom. The second thing is there are those of you that might be in my situation where it's like, look, I didn't have any other alternatives. I didn't have money to start a franchise. I didn't have money to start a business. So I needed to do something. So how that works is a very simple thing here is I'm going to go through kind of our program. And as Kamitsi said, and I don't know why I wouldn't let you share, girl. I apologize on that. So, but I'm going to pull this up. So when you first log into your system, and into your portal, you're going to come to your home here at Club Viago. When you're at Club Viago, you're going to be able to cruise around here in your portal and go see everything that Shar shared with you when it comes to our booking portal, when it comes to our escapes, when it comes to our getaways and the options that are available you'll have in 12 months after your membership. So also our member benefits, our Be Well. So go click around, cruise through your portal. We have tutorials and videos on all of this stuff to get you all the details, but that reward escape section, man. So go find a trip and book it. So you're going to find the reward escape trip for Barcelona, which is our event. It's going to go live here any moment now. You'll be seeing it here. But there's amazing trips. We just have this launch in Sweden coming up at the end of the month. So you got the Bradshaws that are going to be going down to Mexico in October. So we have Colombia in October. So Dubai, we've got multiple trips. The Philippines are going to be here in November with me. You want to go to China? We got more New Year's in Dubai and Egypt and Cairo, which is going to be wild. So we've got Phuket that's going to be happening in January. We got Bali trips that are coming up here. I know Kamitsi and her husband Jared are going to be hosting this event in March, and I might have to sneak over there because I actually live in the Philippines. So there's so much to hear, and there's ways to escape your way where you can kind of create your own trip and have some fun with it. So we want you to book. Now, that's really what he said. How do you do this? You book and then you go on a trip, get and go take some pictures, take some selfies. By the way, this doesn't mean peace anymore. This stands for Viago, in case you were wondering. But what I want to go through is the most important thing in getting started. So please write this in your notes and I want to give it to you. Before I tell you how to do it, the most important thing is why to do it. We say WHY is an acronym, why, which is what's hurting you. See, I have found for the most part that people are motivated by two things, fear of loss, hope of gain. Now, which one generally do you think is more powerful for most people? Yeah, if the hope of gain was more powerful than fear of loss, more people would be successful, in my humble opinion, right? So now what I found is more people are usually afraid of the pain, and that's okay. Look, I used to use it. So the pain of having to, make all of my decisions based on what Bank of America said I could do rather than what I wanted to do was pretty painful. The pain of not knowing how you're going to get to the end of the month, those are some pretty painful things. And in the beginning, you might be pushed by pain but ultimately we want you to be pulled by vision. And what I mean by that is not the pain of circumstances that led you to where you are, but the vision of what you want to create for your life. So here's the question I pose to you. What do you want and why do you want it? And I don't mean just like, well, I want to make more money, like for real, like for a quick second. And I know that as adults, this is one of the things that most of us have stopped doing is we turn that dream machine off and we were like, we got to be more realistic and be all that other stuff. And it's like, no, 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 no. They say, stop daydreaming. No, never stop daydreaming. Get your head out of the clouds. No. Look. Yeah, we got to be looking up, not down at our phones. We need to be getting out there into the world and into life and all these things. And I'm just so passionate about having people to kind of dust off, those dreams and kick them instead of, kicking tires and just going, what, this is what it is, and settling for the mediocrity that life hands to you and go, no, you can shape your destiny, but you got to have a vehicle and something to put into it. But if you know truly why you're doing, see, reasons come first, answers come second. You find a big enough reason why, you will figure out how. Now, there's lots of reasons to do Viago. I don't need you to have mine or yours. You just need to find a couple that are yours, that are your, like, I'm going to figure this out because this is something that is so important to me. Because in business, in life, things are challenging. So I don't know if you guys know this, life is hard. Have you guys figured that out? So, and this is usually, I see people arguing with life a lot, and it's like, life is hard. Look, so many things are hard. Dating's hard. Marriage is hard. Having kids is hard. Having a job is hard. Starting a business is hard. Look, so it's like life is hard. So choose your hard. I choose this one. And the reason why is because this one, the results after the hard are wild. And what I mean by that is that over a few years of consistent effort and building out your network and finding people who love our membership and our community, what ends up happening is all of a sudden, when you need to or want to take a break or vacation or all the things you want to do, you have this ongoing residual income that's chasing you around that you couldn't stop even if you wanted to, just like Shar said. And the reason why is, let's say you get to the point where you're like, you know what, hey, I want to put my time and effort and focus into something else, but you got a bunch of people here that this is the thing they're so more passionate about than anything else that they've ever seen or done. So what is it you want? Why do you want it? And get clear. Clarity is power. Now, getting started, one of the most important things we want to do is your job in the very beginning is very simple. We want you to get trained and get plugged into our system, but then we need to start inviting. So question is who do you know? So I want to go through how to invite, and to pull this up, I'm going to hopefully go to these slides, and I hope they work because my internet here is a little funky, but I'm hoping we're going to be good. So from the beginning, and I can't see any, oh, there we go. Can someone give me a thumbs up? Can you guys see that inviting 101? Yeah, all right, wonderful. So what's up, Israel? Good to see you, brother. So inviting 101 for Viago. Now, Viago is via, which is the derivative of the way to go. So the way to go. So the idea is let's go. It's not let's wait, let's contemplate, let's think. It's let's go. Like, let's go make it happen. Now, here's one of the biggest challenges for most people in the beginning. Most people feel like they got to know everything before they go do anything. And that's, I get the feeling behind that, because no one wants to feel like they're misinformed or uninformed or uneducated or don't know something about anything. But what's interesting is that that only really applies if you're expecting the person to look to you as the expert. Give you an example. Right. So if I come to you, all right, so and you have an issue with your car, and I go, oh, let me tell you how to fix it, right? And I start popping it up and getting underneath there. Now, if I'm a mechanic, that would make sense, right? Because that's my job. But if I'm a hip hop dance instructor, now maybe I have a background in cars, but it would be a little strange, right? Now, if I came to you asking you questions about something that it's not your profession, it would be strange too. So in the invite process, I want you to think about this as that you are more the referrer. Referrer? Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word. Anyway, that's Jesse McPherson's word. It's a JMac word. So what I mean is that you are referring somebody to see something you saw the same way that you would refer anything that you really enjoyed, okay? That you are not the expert for because you just enjoyed it. I want to give you a couple of examples of how this works. I'm actually going to take this off screen share for a quick second. I'm going to pop back over there. Okay. So if you eat at a good restaurant, I want you to think about it. If you eat at a good restaurant and someone's in your neighborhood and say, where do I go? And you recommend the restaurant. Okay. And I started asking you questions and I was like, well, how many ingredients were in it? How long they've been in business? What's their annual sales? How many employees do they have? When do they open? You'd be like, what? How many items are on the menu? You'd be like, they got a good pizza. Like, why are you being weird? You know what I mean? Like you didn't have all the answers. If I listened to a good music, some great music, just something that was so amazing and it was touching and emotional and it captivated me and it gave me chill bumps, right? And chicken skin and all that stuff. You guys know, right? And I loved it. I'm not going to go over your house with a guitar and try to knock it out myself. I am going to send you the video. You guys get that, right? So if I'm recommending anything, a good dentist, a good doctor, and the reason why this works is that the people you know should, if you are a decent human being, take a recommendation from you. But they aren't looking to you as an expert when it comes to Viago because you're not. You just got started. You're brand new. Now, even if you're new, now I ran this to the ground. And what I mean by this is I was always saying, I don't know, I'm new. And I would point them to something else. I don't know, I'm new. And I did this for so long until it was like years into the business where someone was like, haven't you been doing this for like 4 years? And aren't you making like 100 grand a year? And I was like, yeah, but I don't know. I'm still new because I didn't want to lose my new story. I didn't want to lose the power of being able to just connect the dots and not having to be the man, the woman, that have it all buck stop at me. And so what I needed to do was learn that my job was not to be remarkable, is to be replaceable, is to be able to refer people, to connect people to the information as quickly as possible. All right. Now, are there a couple of people you may lose along the way because they don't see you as the expert? Sure. But that's not what you're looking for, is not to be the expert. The goal is to build a business that moves away from you, not contracts towards you. And how you do that is leveraging the system and leveraging the support. This is so important. So I don't want you to think about having to know it all, because you don't. Most of you get in that thing you call a car, you press start or put it into gear and you drive at 80 miles an hour down the freeway and you have no idea how that thing works. Most of you did not read your owner's manual before you got into a car at 16 and started going down the freeway, right? So, and this is one of those things. Now, if there's an issue, what do? You go to a mechanic. Something goes wrong, you go to an expert. That's what we're here for. So your job is not to promote the car. Your job is to promote the drive. Promote the journey. Here's where we're going. Here's what we're doing. Here's what I'm excited about. Someone says, I don't know, I'm new. Let me connect you with the people who have all of the answers. That's not me, right? So I'm not the answer man. I'm not the answer man. I'm super excited. Here's what I love. Here's why I love it. And I'm going to Dubai, to Bali, to Thailand, to Mexico, to wherever. I would love for you to come with me. And if you want to know exactly how this whole program works, let me connect you with the people that I'm working with. So I'm hoping that makes sense conceptually as we go through this, because I want to jump into it. So I think I'm back in here into presentation. So let's walk through this. So a couple of things here just to give you guys some notes, and you can obviously take some photos of this if you'd like to as we go through it. But number one is don't prejudge. You just never know. It's usually the least likely of characters that will lead you to the best people. I don't know why that is. It just is what it is. So, and unfortunately, when I got started, I thought I had two for sure's. I don't know if you guys know those people, like the two people you're like, for sure. Like for sure he's going to do it. Like for sure she's going to do it. She owes me a lot of money. Right. So, and both of my two for sure's were like hard nose, which is why I almost literally gave up on the business when I first got started. Okay. But here's the thing, don't prejudge. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. There's somebody out there that is looking for what it is that we have right now through this. Okay. So don't prejudge is you just never know. Now, here's why this is important. You never know what's going on for somebody in their life, and their lives change. Somebody that's a no today will be a yes in 3 months from now when something changes in their life. That's how it works. So turn off your brain, turn on your phone. Very simple stuff here, guys. So who are the last 25 people you texted, called on social media, or you messaged or DM'd, right? That's a great place. On paper with numbers, physical inventory of your assets. Now, what is this? What we want you to do is take pen to paper. Now, one of my favorite things to do if you're brand new is this. So if you have your phone, by the way, I'm on my computer. I'm so glad the internet is holding, but I also have my phone on the Zoom here as a backup in case that it dropped off. So I was hopefully going to be able to make this thing work. But if you go to your contact section on your phone, this is what I do with every brand new person. And on iPhone, if you go to the contact section and you scroll all the way to the bottom, actually do this for me real quick. Okay. If you're on an Android, it's usually at the top or a Samsung, it's usually at the top. But if you go to the contacts, there's a number of contacts in your phone. It's usually at the top or the bottom on like 90+% of phones. What I want you to do is I want you to drop the amount of contacts that are in your phone into the chat. Just let me know the number, right? So, and I do this with every brand new person. So if you're brand new, so someone's saying they've got thousands, right? So, ooh, well, that's for sure. 2,000, 2,000, 3,000, right? Now, some of these people have been networking on purpose for a long time, so that would be normal, okay, right? So in this, but the average person I find out has a couple hundred contacts in their phone, right? So Throne is probably you're more a normal human, right? So then you got Rika who's got 2,000, and I was like, okay, Rika, calm down. No, and no, I'm just kidding. So Rika has been a professional, not just in the industry, but a professional, #1 in her real estate ventures, and she's an incredible, successful businesswoman who's been networking on purpose. We got 700, right? We got 1,300, we got 30. So, okay, now, all right. So now Leo, 30. Now, if you only have 30 in your contact, Leo, that's on purpose, right? I know that for sure. You have specifically not tried to. Now, if we look at your Instagram, your Facebook, and all these other places, you got some people. Now, here's what's great. Even with 30, still enough, by the way. All right. So, but let me show you how this works, whether it be 100, 200, but the average person, they say, knows about 700 people by name by the time they're 18. And most of you have at least 200 people that you are in contact with over the course of the year. Now, here's what's strange about that. There's only about 20 you're in contact with regularly. Okay. So what most people, when they first get started is, are the people who do I know that would do this? They only usually think of the 20 people they're in contact with regularly. Now, here's the thing I'm letting you know. A lot of times the people you're the closest with will be the worst. I don't know why this is. I think God just set this up to test you, so to see how bad you want it, but they will test you. Why? They're your friends. They're the closest people to you. And part of the reason why is honestly, it's one of those strange things. It's like, you know, uh, they trust you. Yeah, they probably pick, if you pick them, call them at 10 o'clock at night and say, hey, I need some help. Hopefully they'd show up, at least a few of them, but a lot of times the same level of respect isn't there. So through this, one of the reasons why I always do this is because now when I'm working with Emmett right now, he's got 537 contacts. So if Emmett contacts a few people and he calls me and he says, hey, no one's interested. I'm always like, well, out of the 537, right? So now what we're doing is we're not here to sell. We're not here to convince. We are here to sort. SORT, sort. We are in the sorting business. Okay. And what I mean by that is we're looking for people who are looking for us. I'm not here to convince a negative person to not be negative. Right? Like, why? They don't like it, you don't like it, nobody likes it, it's not fun for anybody, right? So what I want to do is I want to get as many people as I possibly can in front of the information so they can see it for themselves. And I promise you, okay, if you do this with enthusiasm, passion, and conviction. Now, if you go to everybody and go, I don't really know if this is a good idea, but will you take a look at it for me? Results will vary. You guys understand that, right? So, but if you are showing up with people and saying, listen, this is something I'm passionate about, I'm all in with it, I'm excited about it, I just want to know, do you want to come experience the world with me? Do you want to save more? Do you want to do more? Right. So, but putting it on paper, get down your top 20 on paper as fast as you possibly can. If you do this correctly, you'll never get through an entire list. I promise you. Okay. It's not the person on your list, it's who they know. Here's why this is super important. Who do you know? Who do you know? But more importantly, it's who they know. The majority of the people that are going to be the ones that are going to build your business, you don't know directly. You will meet through someone, and we're going to show you how to do that. So here's a couple of ideas on this. Now, many people have different teams and organizations of ways that they're doing invites and getting started, whether it's through text, whether it's through calls. Get with your support team, whoever you are personally working with that sponsored you in the business, connect with them, connect with your upline Sapphire, connect with your upline Diamond, and make sure you know whatever it is, the system that they're participating in. If you're looking for a way to launch this is a simple one that you can take some pictures of and make sure you have. So first, you want to send a voice note or a text to your friend. Very simple. Real quick, I'm going to be including you in a group text about something I'm really excited about, excited to catch up. That's just the first text. Then include your friend and your expert and introduce the two. Okay. So one of the things is back in the day, one of the most important things we were doing is what we call three-way phone calls. Now, three-way phone calls is where you would be on the phone and then you would bring somebody else on the phone. If you guys remember back in the day on the home phones where you had to hold down the thing, pick up, dial, and then hold it and bring them all together. You guys remember? It's been a minute, right? But today, what's so exciting is that doing group messages and group text messages is super common. So this is a very simple practice and you can do in seconds, right? So here's an example, okay? All right. Hey, Sarah, assuming your friend's name is Sarah, okay? I wanted to introduce you to Jen Obert. I wanted to introduce you to Sherry Sharman, or I wanted to introduce you to Lillian, or I wanted to introduce you to Israel. I wanted to introduce you to Shar, whatever it is, whoever your expert is that you're going to be working with that can help you with your first presentations. Could be your sponsor, okay? Jen has owned and ran several really successful businesses. We recently partnered up on a new project that I'm really excited about, okay? Jen, meet my friend Sarah. We have known each other for years and used to work together at US Bank. So this is just a quick introduction text, okay? I'd love for us to connect via Zoom. What works for both of you ladies? So this is a simple text. Take a picture of this that you would send. So if I was sending it to my buddy, if I was sending it to my buddy, let's see, Jay, and I was saying, hey Jay, I wanted to introduce you to Sherry Sharman. Remember, I sent an individual message first to Jay, and I said, hey, I'm going to put you in a group text with one of my business partners. We're really excited about catching up. Okay, so really simple. Now, here's an example, another one. So, hey, Nick, I've included my good friend and business partner, Jen Obert, on this message. Jen is a successful business owner and had the opportunity to partner up with her recently on a project I'm really excited about. Jen, meet my friend, Nick. He is my neighbor. He's a loan officer and has an amazing family. I'd love for the three of us to connect via Zoom. Okay. Got to mute somebody out there. What works best for both of you? Very, 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 very simple. Okay. Simple introductions. So you guys can take some more pictures of this. Okay. So these are just simple texts. Okay. Hey, Sarah, how are you? We're busy, but good. Okay. We need to get together and catch up. Let's meet up for dinner or drinks this week. What's your schedule like? And what are you going to do? You're going to connect, right? So the idea is this. I don't know if you guys remember those old Boiler Room movies, and there was always these famous lines of ABC, and it was always be closing. And that's just not our business model. Now, we do want to ask people to join, but it's always be connecting. That's our job. Our job is to connect people with information. See, when somebody has uncertainty, all it is the lack of information. That's all it is. If somebody's uncertain about joining or doing something it's just a lack of information. If they're trying to figure it out, let me think about it. When they respond, what day and time, you say, cool. I'm excited to see you on Friday at 6 and catch up. I have something I've been meaning to talk to you about. If they ask what the project is or ask for more details, if you could explain it over text or phone, I definitely would, but it wouldn't do your or the project justice to do it in that way. That's why I'm asking to meet up or hop on Zoom. What works best for you? So when somebody pushes me on this, being like, well, what's going on, or what's the project, or what's going on, and be like, hey, it's something I got to show you. So it's not something I can tell you. It's something I got to show you. So when can we meet up? So if I'm talking to them over the phone and I was like, can you see what I'm holding right now? And they say, no, exactly. I got to show you. Right. So people say, well, can't we do it over the phone? No, I can't give you a haircut over the phone. I can't show you this over the phone. It doesn't work that way. We got to meet up. Let me know. When can we get together? When can we have coffee? Okay. So, all right. Now, last thing is this. So make that list. Now, let me move this over. Here's your checklist. Who do you know? Who's business owners, athletes, doctors, lawyers? Who has experience in the industry? Maybe been in direct sales or network marketing before. Parents, friends, social media, influencers, travel agents, people that airlines, employees, military, police, nurses, politicians, social network, coaches, teachers and coaches, some of the best. So when you're making this list, this is what we call your chicken list. Okay. Now, chicken list are people a lot of times that you might be a little afraid to approach. By far the best people to go after. Right now, and I'm telling you this is super, 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 super interesting. Okay. Most people are afraid to talk to more successful people when the more successful people are usually the easiest to talk to. They're usually the most open. Now, I'm not saying all of them, of course. There's no all across the board in anything. Okay. But what I found is very successful people are either fast yeses or fast nos because they understand things. They get business. They'll understand it. They'll ask questions, but they're usually the least negative. The more successful they are, they're usually I'm telling you, usually the most negative people or the most skeptical ones are the ones that are negative about everything. Doesn't matter what it is. Right. So in your chicken list, here's what I want you to think about. Okay. So do me a favor here. Does anybody have Anybody that's on their chicken list, if you do, right into the chat box here. Okay. So let me know if you got somebody on your chicken list. Who's got a chicken list person? Well, raise your hand and let me know if you got one. Right. So anybody got one? So Barbara says she's got one. Alan says my former boss. Amy says I do. Right. So I got a chicken list person. So Amy, real quick, Amy, who's your chicken list person? What's the, so who are they? Okay. Actually, Amy, real quick, I wonder if I could do this. Are you at a place that you could say hi? So if you are, let me see. I'm trying to do too many things here at once, but I
She
think
said yes, Jesse.
she did. Beautiful. I'm gonna make you a co-host real quick. So, Amy, can you talk to me real quick? I want to talk to you. Can we spotlight her by chance? Sorry, it's my internet here is a little funky. Well, did it allow you to unmute, Amy?
Yes. Can you see me?
Oh, there we go. I got you. Oh my God, this is perfect. All right. So how you doing, girl?
Good. How are you?
Good. All right. So you like this impromptu off the cuff stuff? I love it. So this is by the way, when you show up to a JMac training, you never know what's going to happen. This is why you don't miss them. So we go off script. I circle. Eventually, I'll land. But hey, you're going to get something. So Amy, who's your chicken list person? Talk to me. Who's this person?
Okay, so my chicken list person is somebody that I went to college with him. We worked at the student newspaper at college together. He is now has a high profile. He's the spokesperson for the St. Paul Police Department. So he's
Cool.
in news presses all the time.
Awesome.
And yeah, so I really want to share it with him, but I keep chickening out.
Chickening out. Perfect. What's his name?
Howie.
Howie. Okay, perfect. All right. So we love Howie. All right. So check this out. Worst case scenario, you hit up Howie and you go, Howie, listen, I got something I want to show you. Worst case scenario is Howie says what, Amy?
I'm not interested.
Yeah, no, I'm not interested. I mean, she says no, right? So, I mean, I guess it's not all no. By the way, not all no's are bad. So, I mean, I've gotten some nice no's. I've gotten those before. Those aren't that bad. I'm telling you, right? It's not hey, you know what? It's not for me, but I wish you all the luck in the world. Like, those aren't that bad, right? No one really, a nice no. That's not the no where most people are afraid of. This is the no most people are afraid of are like, how dare you, Amy? How dare you call me and waste my time to tell, like the no that makes you feel like, oh, I'm so sorry, like I didn't want to, I didn't mean to, that type of a thing. Now, Amy, I'm here to tell you that unfortunately you are inaccurate. Worst case scenario is not that Howie says no. It's not the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is Howie says yes to somebody else who calls him. I'm telling you, whoo. So I want you to think about this, Amy, just real quick. Just for a quick second, right? So I just want you to think of you show up in Ohio, right? And and you're all of a sudden you get in line to walk the stage for your recognition as you deserve, and all of a sudden Howie gets in line with you, and you're like, "What are you doing here?" And you're like, "Oh, so, well, my friend Sherry Sharman, who I've known." Who was called me and said, hey, listen, if I was open to something, and of course, yes, I'm busy with everything I'm doing in the firehouse, but at the same time, like one of the things I really desperately have been wanting to do is experience the travel the world and bring my family with me. And right now, the things I'm doing don't allow me to do that. So this seemed like a perfect fit. And I just started referring people that I knew. And of course, and guess what? We're going to Bali. And you're sitting in line, happy, but crying on the inside, right? So, okay. Now, in this case, Amy, so okay, worst case scenario is he says no, but that's not worse. Worst case scenario, he says yes. So here's the question, okay? This is why I said fear of loss versus hope of gain, okay? Is when are you going to call Howie?
I will call Howie tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Perfect. I love this, right? So now here's the deal. There's a hope and potential here, but I've got something else. Obviously, I know Sherry Sharman. She is literally like, my adopted mother. And the Viago mom all around. But here's the deal. Okay. I know Sherry has no problem calling Howie. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm going to do is this. If you don't call Howie tomorrow, Sherry has permission to call Howie and recruit him. Is that okay? Are you good with that?
Yes.
Sherry?
Yep.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. Fair enough. Now, all of a sudden, how many of you guys noticed like her tone is like, oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him. So why is the difference here? So Amy, thank you for letting me use you. So on this, and I appreciate it. I'm excited to see what happens with Howie. Send me a text and give me the update. All right. So
okay.
Was
Will
he a
do.
no? Was he a yes? Was he a maybe? Was he a hell no? What was he? Just let us know. We don't care. Right.
Okay.
So, all right, perfect. Now, what was the difference here on that was very, very, very simple, right? So, and what I mean by that is this, it went from hopefully something good happens with Howie to, oh no, I could miss out. Again, why I started this, which is what's hurting you? Fear of loss, pain. Look, if pain is a motivator, let's use that sucker. I used pain for a lot of things to get me to do things that I knew I needed to do. Look, lifting weights is not enjoyable. And some of you guys are like, yes, it is. No, it's not. You're a liar. You lie. You like the results, but doing it, no, it's not. It's not enjoyable. It's not. And people say, well, you're like runners, they're like, you get a runner's high. You lie too. You runner people. But get out there and show this to them. So who can you get this information in front of? Now, invite checklist. Here's a couple of things. So take a picture of this from your chicken list. Here's a couple of ideas. Hey, Patty, I hope you had an awesome weekend. I'm working on a new project and I'd like to run it by you. I've always had a ton of respect for you and the business you and Scott have built. As such, I was hoping I could get your opinion on this new project. I was thinking we could grab coffee or lunch. What works best for you? So this would be a text that Amy could send. Hey, Howie, so I've always respected you. There's this. These are the people you need to invite because they are already motivated, driven leaders and take time to build a successful business. These are the ones that will explode your business. What you're looking to always do is find these centers of influence and influencers. Because how many do you really need to be successful in Viago? You need one on your left, one on your right. So you are a treasure hunter. You are searching for diamonds. You're not out here. Now, here's the challenge. In order to find these people, you got to go through a lot of maybes, no's, kind of, sortas, when I's. You guys know the when I people? When I get some money, when I get some time, when the summer's over, when the kids go back to school, when Christmas is here, when the New Year's here, when I get my tax return, when the sun and the moon and the stars align. It's like, so we're looking for now people. The when I people, they'll come. Don't worry. Okay. Hey, Sam, what are you up to a Thursday night? I'm going to be in your area. We should meet up. These are text messages. These are just examples and simples that you could, invite somebody to a live presentation. If they say they're busy, say, I totally understand. Life gets busy, but we definitely need to get together and catch up. When are you free? Okay. So if you are available, awesome. Let's meet up after at Rusty's Bumblebee for pizza and a beer. So this is definitely a Jen text message. I have something I've been meaning to tell you about anyway, and I'll be great to catch up, right? So this is simple. I want you guys to see, please write this in your notes. For those of you taking notes, this is super important. Write this around. Be normal. But be excited, okay? So, but just be the excited version of you. Now, if you guys can't tell, I'm pretty passionate about what I do. So if I'm normally here, I might need to take it here. If you're normally here, you don't need to go to JMac excitement because you might freak some people out. Just up it a bit, right? So, and if you're like, well, I don't know how to get excited, just run around your house twice, do 10 push-ups and call Lillian and be like, hey, Lillian, what's going on? Yeah, I'm just super excited. All right. I'll get your blood moving, okay, when you're inviting. So sometimes you just need to do that for your own self because sometimes the phone weighs like 1,000 pounds sometimes, doesn't it? It's like, why? What are we so afraid of? Oh, man. So it's such a funny business we're in because people are weird. Our business is so simple, but people are strange. Anyway, hi, Tim. Here's another text message. I want you guys to get this. This is more from a cold market invite approach. So I want you to take a look at this. Cold market. Now, what's cold market? Cold market is just somebody you don't know yet or don't know well yet. That's all it is, okay? It's a friend you haven't made yet. So, hey, Tim, I know we don't know each other well, but I'm currently working on a new project that may be of interest to you. If you are all keeping your career options open or interested in adding additional income stream in your household, we should talk. What's the schedule like for you the next couple of days? This should be in addition to your warm market and only find someone to build a relationship with and get a new list of contacts. Now, what I mean by this is a warm market business. So if I'm talking to somebody I don't know, I meet them, and then all of a sudden now I'm in their warm market because now I'm working with the people they know. So this is a relationship. What I mean by that is the goal is to connect people who, when they say, check this out, people will take a look and take the recommendation. They're not needing to be the expert, the recommendation. Remember, the food, the movies, all that other stuff. Now, if you go to the movies, you're not going to go home and reenact the movie, are you? No, but this is what most people do. Instead of going out there and referring people to see the movie and be the trailer to the movie, which is just exciting a minute or two, what they do is they try to regurgitate or kind of like verbally vomit everything they know about Viago onto somebody, and that doesn't work. I tried that, right? So now here's a couple of pro tips. Let me kind of wrap this up in this and give you guys some marching orders and directions as we close out the month. So pro tips. Number one, be excited. I know we've said this a lot. Here's what generally happens. Most people are worried about being over hypey or over the top, right? So, and I'm not asking you to be fake, but if you aren't genuinely excited about the opportunity to explore the world and to be able to build a residual based income and be able to do these things, then you might need a checkup from the neck up. Like, I mean, I want you guys to take a look at what's possible here, the freedom that's available here. So get excited what's available, not just for you, but for other people. The opportunity for some people to be able to actually use their passport for their first time or go experience and travel the world. I think one of the best educations that you could possibly get in the world is going to visit the world, go see new cultures, new places, new foods, new things. It's one of the best things you can do, I think, for not just for your soul. It is just, you got to see this world before you leave this world. I don't believe we were just destined to just stay in our backyard forever. Now, I'm not saying, I know some people are more introverted than extroverted, so I'm not saying that you got to do it around other people, but man, there's some things you got to go see. There's some things you got to go experience, but more importantly, there's some things you need to go feel. And most of those feelings that you're going to get that are going to inspire you, that are going to light your soul on fire. And some people say, well, I'm just tired. And it's like, well, I'm burnt out. Well, it's so funny because a lot of people say they're burnt out. We're never on fire in the first place. What are you burnt out from? You're bored. You're uninspired. Right. So I want you to get out. I want people to be like, whoa, she got a pep in her step. What happened to her? Right. So almost like, like when somebody had, like, what just happened to you? Like that's the feeling I want people to get from you. Just this pure, youthful exuberance, excited curiosity and love and passion for the world. Now, here's the thing. Some people are going to think you're crazy. Totally cool. I'm totally cool with people thinking you're crazy when they think you're crazy, because here's the thing. You don't need how nobody needs a reason to be sad? Oh, I'm just sad today. No one needs a reason to be depressed. They're just like, I'm depressed. So, but apparently you need a reason to be happy, because otherwise they lock you up. They're like, why are you happy? I'm happy for no reason. They're like, lock that guy up. What's wrong with him? No, like, anyway, I'm off topic. Let's go back to pro tips. So I told you, who knows where I'm going to go, right? Just hold on tight for me real quick. We'll land this plane. Listen, if you don't have fun doing what you're doing, I'm trying to talk to you. I know there's a group of people on here, but I'm trying to talk to you. Jay, Terry, and especially if you're in a place right now where you're struggling, because here's the thing. I know, and you're like, well, it's so easy for you. And it's like, no, it wasn't easy for me. It's still not easy. It's never easy. It's always hard, the bigger you get, the more responsibilities you have, the more challenges that come with it. It's not about that. It's that I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to myself. I'm reminding myself of those dark days where I wanted to lock myself in the closet or crawl into the bed and just, and it's like, look, you'll have closet crying moments. You will. You just need to decide whether or not what you're doing is worth fighting for and get back out. And it's like, man, it's tough when you go through 10 people who tell you no, or you're silly, or what are you doing, or what are you talking about, right? Or I did one of those things before, or my friend, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden it wanes on you. And it's hard to be as exuberantly excited on the 15th person when 14 people have ghosted you. Now that's normal. But here's the thing, that's what leads to the privileged lifestyle, because most people won't go do that, which is why most people will not take 2 6-month vacations a year. Think about it. It's pretty good, right? So, right now, say less to more people. Say less to more people. Say less. This is one of those things, right? So say less to more people. I'd rather you spend 1 minute with 100 people than 100 minutes with one person. Kind of simple idea. Don't be a salesperson, be a talent scout. Okay. Here's what we're looking for. Okay. Now, if somebody's giving me harsh pushback, I'm going to give you a couple of tips on this that I think will help. But before I do so, okay, if your team isn't filling your calendar, go sponsor new personals until you find someone to run with. This is huge, right? So, okay, I don't expect. Here's one of the reasons why I'm generally not disappointed is because I just don't have a huge expectation for people. And what I mean by this, I believe in everyone, but I count on no one. Meaning, I'm not counting on a single individual to do the business. business or to build the business for me, okay, what I'm looking for is I can't control what people do, right? So, and I hear this all the time. It's like, how do I motivate people? I'm like, I don't know. I think you can inspire them temporarily, but ultimately, motivation is your motive for action. It's your motive for action. I might be able to give you a small kick of it, but you got to find your juice that gets you up, that gets you to go through some brick walls to get the things that you really want in your life. So, but being a talent scout and going through this and finding those good people I just remember in the very beginning of I signing up some people and so desperately wanting it more for them than they wanted it for themselves. And here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with that. So, and there's nothing wrong with them. It was something wrong with me. I was making it that my business was determined by what they did or didn't do, and that's not true. The whole thing is that I am responsible for my business, not my sponsor, not my upline, not, so that's it. So what I want to do is get out there. Now, here's a couple of things here, just in terms of kind of wrapping this up. Philosophy of the invite. Many of us has a tendency to try to explain the entire presentation to the person while we're inviting them. Do not do that. It's an invitation, not a presentation. Okay. Here's my recommendation. If you don't have time to do a full presentation, give no presentation. I've been through this where it's like, oh, well, just give me the highlights. It's like, no, I'm not going to do that to you. So, right. I don't want to ruin it for you. It's worth 20 minutes of your, and I always say this, and you can write this down. I've wasted more than 20 minutes of your life on stuff far less important than this. We have had a 20-minute conversation on the silliest things ever. This one's an important one. It's worth 20 minutes of your time. Okay. Okay. Or we try to lead to someone to product, travel, or business based on some people, based on that some people won't agree to see the presentation because we haven't given them the opportunity to prejudge. It's okay. Don't worry. At this point, we have done the person a major disservice because they haven't seen a presentation and they had an opportunity to make an educated decision. So these are really important. I want to give you one more thing here before I wrap up on this side of things. Okay. So as you're doing your research, okay, is this. Our business is 80% psychology, it's 20% mechanics. It's a simple business model. It really is. What do? We show people Viago. Some say yes, some say no. Some are interested, some are not. Some are waiting, some are whiners, some are joiners, some are doers. There's just a lot of that stuff. Our job is just go through it as quickly as we can and then get better at it. So our job is to get better at the skill because it's a skill set business. This is not a luck-based business. Some people think about it still as like, I'm trying to get lucky. It's a skill-based business, but interestingly enough, over time, if you still do the right activities, you still win. Not because you were lucky, you just did it enough. What I mean by that is even a busted clock is right twice a day. Like, even if you're really bad, but you show enough people, somebody's going to catch it. So what I want you to do is don't worry about not doing it right. Worry about not doing it enough. That's the thing I want you to be passionate about is going, okay, I'm going to have a learning curve. I'm going to be bad before I'm good. That's normal at everything. If anything you're doing for the first time, you're not great at it. So just do me a favor. If you've contacted people, everyone have a right hand. All right. So everyone have a right hand. If you have a right hand, do me a favor. I want you to put it straight up into the sky as high as you can if you're not driving. So, okay. And then what I want you to do is I want you to turn it around like this, kind of turn it towards you, right? And what I want you to do is I want you to take your elbow. I want you to lower it in half and literally just give yourself a little pat on the back. Good job. Like you're doing better than you think. Why? You're here on a Saturday scoop where what most people are doing is nothing. You're here learning, you're educating, you're doing it, you're growing. If you got a rejection this week, I'm proud of you. If you got a no this week, I'm proud of you. Right? So if you showed up and you listened to the inner circle, I'm proud of you. If you registered, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for doing the work necessary because it's the incremental steps over a period of time that lead to the success in our business. It's not just one and done in one shot. That's not how this thing works, right? So but give yourself enough runway. Most people just give themselves enough time to fail, not enough time to win, right? So you got to give yourself enough runway to get this thing off the ground. But fast is fun and slow sucks. So if you go quick, I'm telling you, it's much better. Now, here's the last thing I'll give you. Some people, when you approach them, are going to have this energy to them that's kind of like pushback. And if somebody gives you some pushback, it's okay to take it from them. So if I'm talking to Lillian and she's giving me some pushback here, so on this, I say, Lillian, right? Lillian would never give you pushback. She's going to give you a hug, so, and then change your world. But in any event, let's just say on this, she's giving me some pushback on coming to a Zoom or a presentation. I say, Lillian, look, It's something, this is very important to me. I'm not attached to you doing anything. Here, write this down. I'm not attached to you doing anything, but I'm very attached to you seeing this for me. I'm not attached to you doing anything, meaning I'm not attached to you buying, I'm not attached to you joining, I'm not attached to you doing anything, but I'm very attached to you seeing it. If it's something that is interesting to you, great. If it's not, great. Maybe you can point me in the right direction. Now, why is that? Most people, the reason why somebody a lot of times won't give you the time of day is because here's the fear. The fear is if they're not interested and they say no, you won't allow that to be okay. And what happens is they don't want to be in that comfortable position with something they're not interested in. So they'd rather not be in the situation at all to begin with. And again, your job is not to convince, your job is not to sell, your job is to share. We are in the sharing business. We want people to see it for themselves. If they love it, great. If they don't, trust me, they're going to be watching. I promise you. So here's all you need to do for your maybes, your kind ofs, your sort ofs, and even your haters. Go show them it works. Go get on that next escape. Go get your pre-membership. Go get yourself promoted and show it on social media. Show them. Now, I'm not trying to be negative to the haters. A lot of the times they're negative is because they're just tired of being disappointed and they don't know that there's another way. And as you go out there and achieve your goals and your dreams and they see somebody they know, it makes it possible for them. So legitimately, some of your most negative people will become the biggest supporters of you just because they need to see you do it first. Don't wait for them. Go do it. You have the right people that are out there that will find it. So very simple. We got a week left. Here's what I need you to do. We need you to get your 6. That's your minimum by the end of this month. If you haven't done that, Club 6, let's go. We want you to cross that stage in Columbus, Ohio at a next rank. If that's 5-5, 10-10, whatever it is, get your Club 6. Let's cross in the stage. Very, very, very important. Okay, so let's finish out August strong. So all I want for my birthday is I want you to cross that stage and get yourself promoted. Okay, so and in this, how do we do that? Go invite. So literally just get out there, start inviting, show as many people as you possibly can, use the scripts, use the text. Don't be emotionally unattached to who says yes and who says no. Go faster, because when you're going fast and you're going 100 miles an hour, that little pebble, you don't even feel it, right? It's just like you don't even notice it. Once you get this sucker off the ground, you can cruise to cruising altitude and you can enjoy the journey, enjoy the view, enjoy the trip. And I can tell you this thing, it's about to go absolutely crazy when you see everything that the corporate team and Eddie and Mazaffer and the team has put together. And I just want to give a big shout out to Jen Obert for putting together these Saturday scoops and making sure that we have this quality training available for all of our ambassadors and our new members from around the world to be able to learn from the best of the best inside of Iago. So again, Shar, absolutely crushed the presentation on the fly with no warning. So you are amazing. I love you dearly. Thank you for being the leader you are and the friend that you are, and the auntie to my daughter Phoenix. But let's make today a great day. Don't waste your day. Okay, you got a week left here to finish out August strong, and there's 100% left. Some people are still stuck in this mindset. There's like, oh, there's not enough time left. Between now and the end of the month, there's 100% left. Plenty of time. You can make some magic happen. So love you guys. We'll see you guys here very, very soon. Have a phenomenal weekend, and we'll see you guys back for our one big team call on Tuesday night. Jesse Mack signing off. Bye for now.
Thank you, Jesse.
Love you, Jesse.